What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Horizon Forbidden West. In the last episode, we began to take on a new series of challenges, the Gauntlet Runs, ones that I had been dreading for quite some time, and they actually went pretty darn smoothly. What didn't go so smoothly were more of the arena challenges, and while we got enough of those done to get ourselves a brand new bow, I am actually not going to be using it right now because I don't have the means of upgrading it, so it's there. We might be using it a little bit later. Forgefall, it is actually better than my current Glow Blast Sharp Shot bow, but for the time being, we're just going to stick with what we have. We're here at Tilda's mansion, and we are going to be meeting up with Silence because today it is finally time. I know I took 2 episodes just sort of getting my feet wet again, getting back into the groove after a month off. Well, month off for you guys, about 6 months off for me from the game, and just sort of getting back into the swing of things, but it's time. It's time. I have put it off long enough. With how long this series has been going, it's about time we finally get around to it. We've beaten the game. We're in the end game. Let's get that expansion started. So we're going to need to go and talk to Silence. And that'll finally get this thing underway. What is so interesting, Silence? I'm sure you're just going to be like, are you ready to go?
Are you ready to track down Londra?
Called it.
Or do you need more time to think?
Okay, to the burning shores then.
Proceed with caution, Aloy. I suspect Londra is even more devious and resourceful than the other Zeniths.
Oh, Silence. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were actually concerned about my safety.
Aloy? I hope I haven't caught you in the middle of fighting a giant machine or something.
Hey, Beta, I'm actually on my way to the burning shores.
Oh, right. Gaia and I heard about your mission from Silence. Be safe, okay? We'll be here if you need us.
Will do. Thanks. This is it. Londra's headquarters shouldn't be far. Okay, be good. Shit!
Were you actually flying just now?
Yeah, just, not my best landing.
Damn, more machines. Stay back. I'll handle this.
Hold on, I can help too.
Let's see what you got.
Okay, I don't know who this lady is, but we're going to get to it right now, and I'm going to immediately start off with a brace shot here because that's always a good way to start off a fight. But hold on, I can do a little bit more with a radial blast. Now, it's not a fully charged one, but it's going to do a little bit of damage, and that should help me out a bit, enough to take this thing out with one more brace shot. So there we go. You're very dead. Now, let's start getting some damage in on these things. Oh, that knocks that over. Oh, nice. I like that. I like that plan, Seika. Oh, but one of them came in with a little attack. Hold on. Let me knock you over. Get out of here. All right. Can I hit you with a critical strike, please? There we go. All right. There's another one down. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Bounce around. Bounce around. I can follow you nicely. There we go.
Let's see who takes it.
I mean, we got it. I'm pretty sure, at least. I'll take the stuff off of these machines really quickly. Is there anything else? Or are we set? Oh, there is another one over here. Hello, little guy. Okay, now we should be good.
how to hold your own. The name's Seika.
Aloy. I could, say the same about you. You have a focus. So you're Quinn. You're not exactly like any diviner I've met.
How do you even know that?
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but first...
Just one for now. I saw you before you crashed, flying on a sunwing. It didn't look like you knew about that tower, which means you're new. So what brought you here?
I'm looking for someone. There's a ruin. On the hill northeast of here, that's where I was headed.
The ruin on the hill. You mean Starlight Rise?
You know it. Is there another way to get there?
Maybe. But first, we're gonna have to do something about that tower. I think we can help each other, Aloy. The tower's not far from where my people made camp. I can show you the way.
Hold on. You said we can help each other, but what exactly are you doing here?
Let's just say, I need that tower dealt with too. Come on. This way. Follow me.
So in case it wasn't immediately obvious, given that this is a brand new expansion, we are going to be doing a lot of talky talk now that we are here in a brand new area. So I will mostly let Seika and Aloy do their thing. But yeah, lots of talking in this episode, and I will probably just shut up for most of it. So we're going to be taking a boat, taking a skiff to get across here, and this is going to introduce one of the biggest features of this expansion, which is one of the ways to actually get around.
Picked up. Hold tight.
Never seen a boat like that before.
Me and a gearhead back at the settlement roped it together. Works well enough. That'll do it. Skiff's good to go. Hop in. Oh no. Not another one. Whoa. Like I said, there's no getting to Starlight Rise so long as that tower's there. Okay, casting off.
Huh. Sure beats rowing.
I've had a lot of time to improve her design.
How long have your people been here?
About a year, I think. We hit this massive storm crossing the Great Ocean. Lost half the fleet and our bearings. It was a miracle we even made it to these shores. We've been stuck here ever since.
See. I'm sorry to hear that. Just how many of you are left?
Not as many as there should be. We've had other troubles since the shipwreck. And some of those remaining aren't much help.
Sounds like you're not thrilled to go back.
Bringing back an Outlander's certainly going to complicate things. It'll be fine. Just follow my lead and let me do the talking.
If you say so.
That's it on your left. Fleet's End.
Uplifting name.
We weren't in great spirits when we made landfall. Okay, here we go.
Further. May I be dismissed?
No. You will remain here until the traitor returns. You!
Here we go.
Sorry.
One act of treason breeds another, it seems. Stealing a diviner's focus, leading a barbarian into our midst.
Where's the Quinn I know?
Arrest them both. Remove their focuses at once.
Arrest us. This is a matter for the Admiral, not a compliance officer.
By all means. It's true. Seika stole the focus.
Who's the barbarian?
She's done for.
Things seem kind of tense around here.
It's not the best day.
Admiral Garrett! It's as I told you, sir. Proof is now before your eyes. A soldier dared to don a diviner's focus, the eye that reveals the legacy. But Seika did not stop there. She brought a barbarian among us, in direct violation of Confidentiality Clause 3A. Protocol states that these...
I might be our last chance at finding our missing people, sir. Diviner Vi's focus showed me his last moments. He found a clue. The ruin on Starlight Rise. There's evidence our people were there.
Hunter's headquarters.
Now we have no means of safe passage. Not in our current situation. But she might have another way.
Remember the law, sir. Focus is for a diviner. No one else.
Seika's actions are indeed concerning. And there will have to be a reckoning. But finding our lost crew is paramount. If Seika has a chance of bringing them back, our course is clear. Even compliance must recognize that. I will allow it. Seika and the Outsider are free to pursue this lead.
But, sir, if...
Outlander, I'd like a word when you have a moment.
Damn them.
You okay?
I shouldn't have said that. It's just that... my sister is one of the missing. Not only that, she's our last navigator. Our only means of getting home. I've got to find her, even if it means using a forbidden relic. Meanwhile, Rang and the others act like I'm the problem, when in reality, I'm the only one looking for a solution.
Look, I understand. Maybe more than you know, but for now, I think we need to calm down and just...
calm. You're right, of course. Getting upset isn't going to help.
Okay. We both need to get to the place you call Starlight Rise. But that tower... seems like it knocks anything nearby out of the sky.
Out of the water, too. It fires at any watercraft in range.
Oh, great. Well, it seems to me you've got some kind of plan in mind to deal with it.
Maybe. Between the two of us, there might be a way.
Well, you're a good fighter, that's for sure. But beyond that, I don't know much about you.
There's not much to tell. Nothing special about me. Except my sister is pretty well known among my people.
You don't seem so ordinary to me.
I was just a petty officer until we ran aground. But we lost a lot of midshipmen and lieutenants to the storm and the wreck. And now even more of them are missing. So I've been trying to step up and help the Admiral.
It took a lot of guts putting on that focus. Seems to me he needs more like you.
Tell that to Rang and his toadies.
So your sister is a navigator?
More like the navigator. The only Quen who can steer by the stars without instruments. She reads the sky like a scroll. Knows every constellation by position, no matter how much it spins around up there, which means she's been an Imperial favorite ever since her first exam. One of the fleet's most precious assets. And now she's gone.
she and the others just disappeared?
After we made landfall, the hard way, the Admiral sent out scouting expeditions with the very few boats we had left. Not one of them returned. I don't know what happened to them all, but I do know it has something to do with that tower. And Starlight Rise.
We're agreed on that. Is there anything else you can tell me about that tower?
It just appeared one day a couple of weeks ago after our scout boats went missing. And it shoots at anything in the sky or sea. Machines, boats. You.
Okay, don't remind me.
I tried to get near it, but it's mounted on a tall ruin with machines all around. On the plus side, its range is limited. I've been testing it with my skiff and setting up buoys to mark the radius.
Can't tell if that's smart or reckless.
Both, maybe. I'll admit there have been a couple of near misses.
What exactly did you find on that Diviner's focus?
When the scout boat sent by the Admiral didn't return, he sent our very last one to find out what happened to them. Diviner Vi was on board. They made it as far as Starlight Rise, went inland and found a camp and a bunch of equipment. It looked like some of our people went into a ruin there. Then they spotted a machine, unlike anything we've seen. Silver and gold, moved like a spider. Spooked, they ran back to their boat.
They were lucky to escape. I've dealt with those things before.
Well, their luck ran out fast. The morning they tried to sail back, the tower went up and blew them right out of the water. Vi's body washed ashore here sometime later. A friend of mine found it and let me know. The same friend that ratted me out to Rang for taking the focus. But what was I supposed to do?
I would have done the same thing. Trust me. You think there's a way to do something about that tower?
If we want to reach Starlight Rise, we have to try. I was able to approach the tower on foot, but I couldn't get close enough to shoot at it or anything like that. With the right help, though,
Show me the way and we'll give it a shot.
you'll probably want to resupply first. You can use my skiff if you need to hunt for resources. Just stay south of the settlement. The tower can't hit that side. I set up some buoys to mark its radius.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go clear my head. There's a bridge that leads to the ruins where the tower is mounted. I'll wait for you on the other side.
Hold on. There's one more thing. The Quen here, all of this. You were part of a larger expedition, right? Headed for San Francisco?
That's how you know about us. And you've seen the others, haven't you? And they're alive.
Most of them, yeah. I can put you in touch with them, but we should find your missing people first, right?
They're alive. This is great news. But yes, you're right, it should wait. If we tell everyone now, it'll just be a distraction. So for the sake of the missing, we have to keep the focus on them.
All right then. I'll see you on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, that was a lot to discuss, and we're not even done because I'm also going to want to talk to the Admiral here.
Explore a little with her skiff first.
Now, as far as that skiff is concerned, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown as to how that works, but we're really not going to be doing a whole lot with it because, honestly, I don't want to explore much around here until we knock that tower out because we might as well have full access to the map and be able to go wherever the heck we want before we even bother. But, I mean, it's up to you. So we've got, if we can take a look at the map here, just not in its totality, obviously, but to a degree. So pretty much everything on this side of the map is accessible to us at the moment. Once you get to about here, this is where it stops. So this whole eastern side, you can't go through. Now, there are other things here in the village that we can look at. We can actually go to the Stitcher and all that stuff. And we'll do all that, but I think we're going to end this episode by just having quite the conversation with the Admiral itself, or himself, excuse me, and then we'll worry about the other things around Fleet's End in the next episode.
So, A barbarian strolls into camp with Seika. The two of you promised to find our missing people. And given our desperate situation, I have little choice but to agree. That doesn't mean I like trusting our fate to a stranger. Who are you? Where'd you come from?
My name is Aloy. As for my life story, does it matter if I can help?
I suppose it depends on the cost. Compliance has trained its sights on Seika. And by letting her gallivant off with a foreigner, I may have given her just enough rope to hang herself.
It seems to me she can take care of herself, but I'll do my best to keep her out of trouble.
Very well. To that end, is there anything you need to know?
Compliance sure seems to have a lot of sway around here.
Compliance officers are the eyes and ears of the Imperial House. It is their duty to ensure that the wisdom of our ancestors doesn't fall into the hands of our enemies. And so they ferret out the disloyal and disobedient. Inspections, interrogations, all in the name of security.
All I see is one man causing a lot of unrest in your camp.
Being liked is not part of Compliance's mandate. Assuming we ever return home, Ren will report on the crew to his superiors. That fact gives him a lot of influence. I can only pray that he uses it for the greater good.
You seem to think highly of Seika.
She is an exemplary Marine. Persistent, selfless, resourceful. Being stranded is a battle of attrition. Everyone wears down eventually, but not her. Not yet. I've come to rely on her more and more. She's our best hope for finding the missing, I'm sure of that.
You said your situation was desperate. How did all this happen?
We sailed from across the Great Ocean. Ours was the tribe's most important mission in a century. It was to be my swan song. Now it will be my epitaph. A typhoon struck us midway, cleaving the fleet in two. I know not what happened to the other half. Scattered, stranded, probably sunk.
I don't know. There's always hope.
After we beached, I sent out scout boats to explore the coast. None returned. And I haven't the craft nor manpower to mount a search. First I lost half my fleet, now I've lost half the survivors, so don't speak to me of hope.
And yet, Seika found a clue on that focus.
You're just like her. Yet don't give up.
You know, Aloy, cheeky little responses like that are going to get you in trouble when it does come time to, like, reveal the truth that the other Quinn are just fine, you know, except for the leader of the group, but nobody cares about him. It's a good thing he's dead.
I'll do my best to help Seika bring back your people.
If they're even still alive. Keep her safe if you can.
All right, and that seems to be about it. Now, I suppose I can take a look at the Stitcher really quickly before we call this an episode, because there is one thing I want to show here that I am extremely excited about, and probably my favorite new thing about this expansion. Let's head on down here and say hi to the Stitcher and talk with them, because guess what? There's Quen armor. Oh my gosh, it's freaking something that we needed so badly, and then I don't have the Brimshine to get to even look at these. But yeah, we actually have Quen armor. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this wasn't in the base game, but they finally added it here in the Burning Shores. We got 3 different Quen options. Okay, now they're loading. Quen Commander, Quen Marine, and Blacktide Quen Commander. And as you can see, Blacktide Quen Commander is pretty much given to you for free with the expansion, so I'm going to buy that. Not going to equip it, though. There was another one up here I don't have, Utara Gravesinger. I mean, I suppose I might as well. I have enough shards for it, so might as well just get that for the sake of the look. So I'll be switching over to Black Tide Quen Commander in the next episode, and we can go with that look for the time being. What we're going to do in the next episode is we're going to take a look around the rest of Fleet's End. There are, I believe, a couple of side quests that we can pick up, a few unknowns that we can take a look at, although most of them are just vendors. And then we're going to board the skiff, and we're going to do a limited bit of exploring just because I want to show you the extent of what we can do, which, like I said, isn't much. I mostly want to get right to taking out that tower as fast as possible, meeting up with Seika, and just getting that done. So with all that said, guys, thank you all so very much for watching this first episode of the Burning Shores expansion. I hope you all enjoyed it very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.